Welcome to the Black Crusader, the channel where we take the Emperor's most loyal subjects and show them the error of their ways. Today we're taking a look at Rogal Dorn. Dorn was raised on the world of Inuit. Here he was adopted by the patriarch of the Ice Clans, who took Rogal in as his grandson and taught him the basics of leadership and warfare. It would seem old granddad certainly had an effect on the otherwise stoic Dorn, as the Primarch would keep the man's fur coat as a reminder of the man's wisdom. After his adopted grandfather's death, Dorn became the leader of the Ice Tribes, with whom he took control of Inuit and the space surrounding it, forming his own miniature empire. Although we know little of the state of Inuit before Dorn's conquest, we can speculate that he improved public order and prosperity through planetary unification. Upon his father's arrival, Dorn proved to be quite a daddy's boy, as he greeted the Emperor aboard the Phalanx, whose control he offered to good old dad along with his fledgling empire. The Emperor recognized Rogal as one of his sons, allowed him to keep the Phalanx as his flagship, and made him commander of the Imperial Fist Legion, a role that Rogal quickly took to. Reunited with their Primarch, Dorn would go on to lead his legion with exemplary conduct throughout the Great Crusade. His legion would conquer worlds, fortify them, but never demand tribute through occupation. He would be categorized by his honesty, humility, and loyalty, which makes this Chaos player literally gag every time I mention him. Dorn would serve the Emperor faithfully throughout the Great Crusade, and his legion would develop a reputation for raising great fortifications. This brought him into direct conflict with Petrabo and his Iron Warriors, who saw themselves as the greatest siege experts within the Imperium. While Dorn did little to provoke this vendetta, it quickly became apparent that despite their similarities, the nature of the two legions were at odds with one another, and due to this they would rarely serve in the same war zone together. After the conquest of Eleanor, Dorn accepted Horus's new position and served the new War Master with the same determination he showed the Emperor. Yet right before the heresy, his legion was recalled to Terra to fortify the Imperial Palace and serve as the Emperor's Praetorians. It was during his return journey to Terra that Dorn rescued the stranded crew of the Eisenstein and received news of Horus's betrayal, at which point he violently pummeled the messenger to near death until proof was provided by the man's companions. Poor Garrow, he just can't get a break, can he? Upon arrival, Dorn took command of most of Terra and began fortifying the planet against the inevitable invasion that was to come. During this time, he proved to be more than a simple siege master, as he committed his legion to a raid on Mars to secure vital supplies, and even managed to kill Alpharius of the Alpha Legion when the traitor led a vanguard to Pluto. Upon Horus's arrival, Dorn was the overall commander of all Imperial forces upon Terra and rallied the defenses against the traitors. Although heavily outnumbered, the defenses held for long enough for reinforcements to arrive. This prompted Horus to drop the void shields of his flagship, allowing Dorn, the Emperor, and Sanguinius to teleport on board with a small strike force. Unfortunately, Dorn would not get to participate in the final duel, as the teleportation placed him further away from the bridge than either Sanguinius or the Emperor. Upon discovering the bodies of Horus, Sanguinius, and the Emperor, Dorn would hand over the corpse of the Blood Angel's Primarch to his devastated sons, and in turn his father into the Golden Throne, being the last to hear the Emperor's spoken command. After the heresy, Dorn blamed himself for his father's downfall, painted his armor black, and would participate with his legion at the forefront of the campaign known as the Scouring. This meant Dorn was not present on Terra during the Imperial reorganization and was outraged at his brother Guilliman for enforcing the Codex Astartes upon the legions. Dorn's unwillingness to break up his legion almost led to a second civil war, prompting him to reconsider his position for the greater good of the Imperium. Using a handy device called the Pain Glove, which causes a Primarch incredible pain but also allows him to focus, Dorn saw the wisdom in Guilliman's edict. Mind you, I don't think anyone should be making galaxy-spanning decisions while performing the 40k's equivalent of slashing their own wrists, but it's the Imperium, what can you do? This, however, would present a new problem, as Dorn's legion was the most closely tied and would prove hard to break up into smaller chapters. This prompted Dorn to believe that the only way his legion would reach a new purpose is through pain, as he did. It's always the quiet ones that are a little bit nuts, isn't it? An opportunity for this presented itself when the Iron Warriors challenged the Imperial Fists to lay siege to the Eternal Fortress. This proved to be a trap, however, as when the Loyalists breached the Citadel, they found that there was no central keep, only more and more fortifications. The battle would become to be known as the Iron Cage Incident and would decimate the Imperial Fists as a legion, but allow them to find a new purpose and accept the Codex Astartes. Dorn would be killed a few years after this, as he led a boarding party on a traitor vessel which detonated while he was on board. The only part of his body that would be recovered would be his skeletal hand, which would become the most sacred relic of the Imperial Fists. Kept upon the Phalanx, the Imperial Fists and their successors would engrave the bones of Dorn's corpse hand with the names of their greatest fallen heroes and chapter masters. In the current 40k setting, Dorn is seen as one of the most loyal sons of the Emperor, and his legion continues to play their role as Praetorians, maintaining a small presence upon Terra. Well, that's it for my video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the section below and tell me which character you'd like to see next, and I'll see you all again next time.